What's up? What's up? Welcome back here for another recap video. Today we are finishing red down. Small reds. One green trade in the red, down $246. And man, was it a rocky day? It was a very rocky day for me personally. We had AGBA and BPTH. Those are the only two stocks that I traded today. And we can take a look at the running P&L for today, just to explain why it was such a rocky day. And coming up at a pre-market, focusing on AGBA. AGBA is popping up, and I'm small green coming out of the halt on AGBA. And then we halt down and I start giving back profits, and then got stuck into halt down and gave back a nice chunk. And then BPTH pops up, making some profits, giving some profits back, getting my profits back, and getting small green, getting a nice cushion on the day, up about 180, and then catching a dip into another halt down on BPTH. So two halts today, two halt downs I was caught in, and wiped out all of my gains on the day. And BPTH, this was like a $400 swing in the P&L, from up 173 to down 160, and then trying to just trade my way out of it and just continually giving back more profits. And I don't know. I could not make anything back from there. After that move on BPTH, fading to the lows, didn't really give me much to work with. It's very challenging for me personally to trade it. I felt like the level 2 was fluctuating so much. Even if I had a green trade on it, it was fluctuating so much that by the time I was trying to take my profits, the price on level 2 would be changing, and I'd be taking out break even or for a small loss. And sometimes the spread would widen up about 10-15 cents. And of course, I was getting filled on coming out on the bid and going in on the ask. So very tough. And then there was also times where I was even trading with the 3-cent offset, and I was only getting like 25 shares filled out of my 1,000 share order. I'd be getting filled 25 shares or 100 shares. And yeah, I was just struggling to get filled. So I tried every strategy on BPTH, and it just wasn't working out. But the good news is because I have very good risk management, and I didn't beat a dead horse trying to get green when I just wasn't performing, or there was no stocks that I was doing well on. I wasn't beating a dead horse. I wasn't being so stubborn I am very stubborn. I'm very stubborn, but I'm not so stubborn to where I'm just going to be clicking keys and trading all day, wasting orders and digging myself deep in the hole. I realize that at this point I'm emotionally fueled. I went from green to red to green to red to green, and then finally back red. I was emotionally taxed, and I knew that if I would have kept trading, it would be like driving with drunk goggles, or driving drunk. I would be severely impaired, and the likelihood of me just getting deeper in the red was just higher and higher. So I walked away before it got worse, and there wasn't really much opportunity for me personally after 10:30. So it's good that I walked away. I was keeping an eye on the market for the rest of the day, and I didn't really see anything that I liked, so I didn't come back and trade, which is good. But yeah, the good news is I'm only down one green trade. I have plenty of green trades that are over $250. So, the good news is I can make this back relatively easily. And we're still green on the week, still holding on to my profits, and that's the important part of risk management. The important part of risk management is never to lose big, never lose more than one average green day. Maybe my average green day right now is, say, if you factor in this $2,000 day, this $1,400 day, and then a couple small green days, maybe $500 is my average green day. So I don't want to lose more than $500 in the near future, unless it really starts heating up. even though I did have this $2,000 green day, I don't want to lose $2,000. If I'm losing $2,000 in a day, yeah, I would be giving back this entire green day. It wouldn't completely ruin my month. However, it's just a little bit too much to be giving back. I think $500 for right now is a good area for a max loss. At least I would say between 500 and 1,000. I definitely don't want to be losing more than 1,000, because then I don't need to lose that much to realize that the market is not good. I usually can figure it out relatively quick, within $500 into the red, to realize that the market, either I'm not reading the market correctly, or the opportunity is lacking, or the momentum is weak. It doesn't really take me all day of capitulating into the red to figure that out. So the important part in risk management is walking away before it gets bad, recognizing the signs and walking away before it gets bad. So getting back one small green day, one green trade, really, $250. We can take a look at the statistics. We can take a look at the statistics on the day. But hopefully you guys did well. I mean, we did have some movers. BPTH still made a nice move there from 5 to 767. So still gave some moves. And at the open, we had AGBA. I remember watching ABGA at the open and saying that was the one that I liked coming right into the bell. And it did end up being a very nice run from 130 all the way up to 166 and the halt up. So it did give opportunity. The backside was very nasty, though. Very, very nasty. You can take a look at that in a second. Let's pull up the statistics for today. All right, so accuracy 48%, so slightly lacking here, and my risk to reward is negative. So largest loss, $334. $344. That was the halt down on BPTH, the first halt down. And that sent me, that was the last attempt at being green there, and it just sent me into the graves of definitely locking up a red day. And this would be the second red day now of the month, which is fine. I usually like to account for one red day per month. Or, sorry, one red day per week. So that gives me about 4 red days per month. If I start having more than 4 or 5 red days a month, then I definitely need to take a closer look at what I'm doing incorrectly. And it looks like my average loss duration, this is already a red flag here. My average loss duration is 4 times longer. I'm holding on to my losers 4 times longer than my winners. That's a red flag. Even though there was a halt, I don't think the halt takes into the account for this statistic. I don't think the halt time, the 5-minute halt time, adjusts this time. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it. Otherwise, I feel like it would be like at least a minute, right? So looks like I'm holding on to my losers a little bit longer than my winners, which is not good. Which means that I'm giving my losers more time to go deeper into the red when I should be cutting them, and I'm not letting my winners run to get more profit. I'm cutting them short. Average position cost $3,000, so taking some decent size today. We can take a look at the charts now. So AGBA was the first one I wanted to trade, and I can showcase the halt down in the live archive just so you guys can see exactly what happened. But this was a pretty much just a reaction. The dip was just dipped so hard at an area of support that I was like, it looks good. Like this in any other stock that didn't have a tight halt band, this would have bounced. This would have gave me at least a 5 or 10 cent bounce. But because it was tight halt bands, it didn't bounce, and we opened up lower, and we did end up bouncing, but it was tougher to capture, and it went down farther than it should. I guess I can't say it should have, because the market doesn't have to do anything. The market does what it does, and I have to be there at the right moments. But I wasn't there at the right moment on AGBA. Just a little bit too early, and didn't give it room, because I knew coming into today that the halt down, I knew this is going to be tight halt bands, first of all, and I knew that my biggest losses are dips into halt downs. Dip into or halt down. Every single time that I take a big loss is that exact setup, a dip into a halt down. And it's a dip, you buy it, you're pinned in the halt level and you can't get out, and you're stuck coming out, and everyone's panicking out. Then the stock resumes 5% or 20 cents lower, and you're taking a fat daddy loss. So because of that knowledge, I knew that it would be risky, but I did it anyways. I traded it anyways, and exactly what I said pre-market is exactly what happened twice today. Twice. So, I mean, it's not terrible. Like, I didn't take that big of a loss, but it definitely caused me to sacrifice a small green day and ending small red. But yeah, AGBA, very nice here. I was calling out this level here at 132, 133, saying that if we break up and hold, we could see a test of 150. We saw the test of 150, halted up, resumed. I got a little profit in here, and then once it dipped, I just instinctually just bought, because of this is usually a great entry. If it's not a tight halt band, usually it's a great entry. It'll bounce up maybe 5 or 10 cents, even if it does go lower. But because of tight halt band, you get pinned, and then you just don't get the bounce. We did attempt for continuation back over 150, rejected super hard, and then initiate the massive backside, the bottomless pit down to 70 cents a share. So pretty nasty there in AGBA. BPTH, this one, I was watching this one, maybe started getting involved in this area after the halt up, trying to get the dip and the rip, but I'm trying to send market orders, and the spread is just absolutely obliterating me. Getting chopped around, trying to time a breakout. I do time this breakout very nicely, and maybe I get like 30 or 40 cents. A dip, I'm looking for a continuation, and just too aggressive for the break of 7. I get too aggressive trying to buy for the break of 7, and just getting chopped again in this area. And it finally goes. I do miss the timing here, and it goes up higher, and I miss this last portion of it. And because of FOMO, I'm like, all right, is this the start of something bigger? Is this the beginning? Or can I at least even just start trading, scalping the dips? All right, let's start scalping the dips. It dumps down here. I'm trying to scalp the dips. The spread is pretty much obliterating any edge I had on this, because it would come down and I wouldn't be getting filled on the bid. I'd still be getting filled on the ask, and then I would be selling break even or for a small loss, because the bid never came back up. And of course, I'm getting filled on the bid coming out. I did try doing this 3-cent offset. I tried buying the bid with a 3-cent offset, and I was barely getting filled. So it didn't really work. And then we dipped down again. I remember this candle, like, it dipped, but the candle was already forming the bounce before the bounce happened, and I was getting filled like halfway up the candle. And then it finally flushes down. It was really crazy. I'll have to take a look at this again, because this was that really triggered me. Definitely really triggered me. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we're talking about here. So yeah, so this dip, we can show you guys. All right. So these are both halted. AGBA is unhalting first. I'm already stuck in this trade. So let's see. Okay, no, I want to see the entry first. Okay, so here's a nice trade there, 57 up to 65. Beautiful trade there. Nice, almost 200 bucks. All right, let's try to catch the next dip, right? All right. Quick 1 cent trade. dipping, dipping, dipping. Boom. I need to be long there, right? In any other stock, great entry. In any other stock, great entry. I would have probably came out with a nice 5 or 10 cent winner there. But since it's a tight halt band, it gets pinned down and I'm stuck. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Dips into halt downs is my kryptonite. All right, then we have this one. We can fast forward this. If you guys want to see the full archive, you guys can check out MMU with the link in the description. It's getting chopped out here. Did you get a nice breakout there? Okay. So let's watch the dip here. So backside dips, usually I'm pretty good at this. Usually I'm pretty good at the dips, even if it's backside. But for some reason, boom, okay, I got to get long there. I get long, and look, partial fill. I'm sending a limit order at 88. I get a partial fill at 88. So it looks like I had like 1,500 shares there. I only get filled a third. And then we do get the bounce, and looks like, okay, decent trade, 4 or 5 cents. All right, waiting for the next entry here, waiting for the next dip, and this is where I get really triggered. I think this dip here. Okay, that was a great entry there. 50, but yeah, 56. Okay, not too bad. I'm loading the boat here. I was loading the boat. Okay, that was a green trade. I was trying to get loaded there on the bid side. Okay, maybe it wasn't that dip. Okay, so far everything's decent. I'm actually green right now. 165. So I'm like, all right, we're back in the driver's seat, baby. This is gonna be a nice green day. Let's dial in. BPTH is gearing up. Maybe we see another move. That's what I'm thinking right now. I have no idea that this thing is gonna halt down. I don't even know that the halt. I'm not even looking at the halt here at 634. I'm not even aware of it. I'm not even aware. Where was that dip? I know there was that one dip that was like a real crazy resolution. Let's see here. Maybe it's this one. Okay, coming down. All right, maybe get long there. Okay, nope. Didn't bounce there. Maybe coming lower. All right, maybe there. Okay, nope. And I think this is where it gets hauled down. 644. I'm like, come on, it's got to bounce here, right? Come on. I want to see a nice bounce. And I just lower and lower and lower. I mean, my entries aren't terrible here, so I can't complain yet. It's because I'm trying to buy the bids, I think. No, this one I bought market. Most of them I'm trying to buy the bids, but sometimes I guess I buy market if the ask is low enough. So far, so good. I mean, let's see when this halt down happens. Maybe we'll fast forward this. There it goes. There she blows. So here's the dip here. I'm not even looking at the halt down level. I'm not even looking at the halt down limits. Didn't know it was this close, and I'm trying to load the boat there. 22,100 shares. That's some pretty decent size. I do get some out there at flat, and then I'm stuck there. 1,400 shares coming out. Oh man, that's ugly. That's ugly. Then we resume, taking that 20-cent loss, like I said. Now putting me down in the red. $209. $209, trying to scout my way back. Maybe I can get something going here off the lows, and I'm just going deeper into the red. And I'm like, all right, I'm cutting it here. I just forget about it. Forget about it. This is like the third time I'm going from green to red. I think I am emotionally triggered and will be walking away. Let's see that dip, though. Was it this dip? There's this one dip that was like super wonky. No, was it that one? No. Oh, wait, it did go down a little farther. That was such an, oh man, that was such an obvious sign that there's buyers there. I should have got in even heavier. Maybe it was this one. Oh man, I got chopped up and around in there, huh? Yeah, like I'm already red here. The level 2 is fluctuating so much with the 15-cent spread. Jesus. Maybe it was this one. I think it had to have been this one then. Ay, ay, ay. BPTH, it still gave a great move. Hopefully you guys nailed this. Yeah, I think it was that one. Let me see here. Hopefully you guys nailed this. Because it did still give a move from 5 to 767, gave some great opportunity. Yeah, see there, just like it was wicked down, and I'm like, what the heck? It's like that wasn't even a dip. You call that a dip? All right. Anyways, if you guys want to see the full archive, it will be on MMU. But yeah, BPTH. I mean, I can't say it didn't give great opportunity. It did give great opportunity. However, I did miss this breakout here. Didn't get aggressive enough in this area, and then getting aggressive on the backside and giving back profits, a lot of profits. And it didn't help that I was already kind of a little bit emotionally triggered from catching this halt down here on AGBA. I kind of set the stage with trying to fight back green because I was already green. Now I'm red, and then trying to get back green, and then I do get back green, and then I get back red again. So, and also because I was trying to avoid the dip into halt down, and of course that's exactly what I do, is what I'm trying to avoid, which sometimes is stressful. But I didn't say I can't say that I like completely lost control, emotionally control, because I'm only down 250. Like I said, I am not like beating the keys for the rest of the day trying to get that green. You know, if it's the writing's on the wall, the writing's on the wall, and I was better off. I've learned my lesson so many times that the best chance of getting green is just going to be coming back tomorrow and refreshing, getting back to a stable place, refreshing my mind, and taking a break from the charts for a couple hours, and then coming back refreshed. So that's what I'm going to do. Small red day. It is what it is. But we live to fight and trade another day. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Whenever you have a really tough day, always remember the market will always be here for you. So you can always walk away and come back and live to trade another day. That's my favorite motto ever. The man, Ross Cameron, I remember hearing that from him throughout my entire career. Just live to trade another day. Never let one day ruin your career, ruin your month, ruin your year. Don't fight it. Don't fight the losing battle. Live to trade another day. The market will always be here for you. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button for me on the way out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I would love to have you part of the community. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.